All right. We are live. We are live. Happy,
I've
we live. Happy Thursday, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. We got a great show lined up for y'all. We definitely gonna get into this. So please definitely hit that like button upon entering this chat, and we gonna get this show rolling for y'all, man. Come on in.
get it.
Come on in. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Come on in, y'all. We got some things we need to go over as far as with this Charlie Kirk thing. We also gonna do a reaction to the Candace Owens video she did from I think it was Tuesday. And this I think she did another one yesterday, but we're gonna do the one from Tuesday. Um but yeah, we got some footage we need to show y'all as well. And
hmm
Andy, we gotta go over these text messages, man. Which I just don't. It's a lot of things just not adding up, and we gotta pick it apart because it's not adding up. So make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in, and we gonna get into this, man. But I do want to start off before we get into the Candace Owens video. We gotta get into this video,
Keep your
man.
eye on this space here where
All
the
right,
red circle.
so this video, I came across this video on the internet, right? I mean on I think Instagram. So this video actually shows the shot coming from the opposite side of Charlie Kirk, not from the angle they said that was reported in the news that the sniper was on the roof that they claimed the sniper was on that we seen run across without the rifle in his hand and doing all that jumping off the roof and running and all that. He didn't have the rifle in his hand. That was established. But this video actually shows the shooter coming from shot coming from the opposite side where you can see the flash from the gun and everything. So I wanted to get into this video here. Please make sure you hit the like button. Let's get into it. Let me just show this video real quick.
Is as the next clip plays. To me, I first seen this and thought straight away, holy shit, that is the bullet. It matches the exit wound. It also matches the shirt puffing up
Now watch
and
y'all
the
see a quick.
angle
Watch y'all see
of
a
the
flag.
entry and exit.
Crazy.
I needed another angle just to see if this was actually fact, trying to get as much info as I could before I posted anything. And in that video, you can
Now right there where that green circle, that's where you're gonna see the flash, and it matches up with the pow sound from the gun and everything. So just
see
keep your
the
eye on that
same,
circle, that green
what
part
appears
right
to be the
there.
bullet coming down, and it does line up with the actual gunshot itself.
Or not counting gang violence. Great.
So
Bring that back.
again, I needed another angle, the same, what appears to be the bullet coming down,
I can see your
and it
flag.
does line up with the actual gunshot itself.
Or not counting gang violence. Great.
So again, I needed another angle. I found this video.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit harder to see, but you can see something go down into the back right-hand side of Charlie.
So that shot came from the opposite
From
side.
this, looking at Google Earth and drawing a line from where I believe the shooter was, his tent being set up in the middle of that triangle area, would appear that the shooter was up here somewhere. That's the angle that the bullet was coming down from. It all makes sense to me. Pretty crazy. I think if we pan around and look at where the media and where everyone else is saying that the bullet come from and giving scenarios on ricochets and different bullets and bits and pieces, it doesn't make sense.
And then you got to realize they knew where he was going to be sitting. Had to be professional, and they knew exactly where he was going to be sitting at. So I don't believe the person that they have in custody have the whereabouts and the knowledge to do this hit. This had to come from something that was very, very professional because they knew where he was going to sit at. They knew what angle they was going to have to shoot from to catch him where he caught him at. They knew, you know what I mean? They had to shoot over all these people out there, you know what I mean, including his security team being around. They knew exactly where he was going to be sitting at. So they had to have that shot mapped out perfectly because they only had one chance to make that shot. One shot. That's all he had. So I don't believe this young 22-year-old had the basically the knowledge and the, you know what I mean, to pull something off like this. And plus, we seen the footage of him running off the roof, and he didn't have the gun in his hand. Let me play this
Yeah,
footage,
that was definitely a military sniper who did that.
bro. Let me play this back one more time so y'all can actually see the flash from from the window. And that's the bullet right there. So you can once you slow videos down, you can see everything when you slow it down at a certain speed. Um, but watch the shot. It comes right from the window.
Keep your eye on this space here where the red circle is as the next
It's
clip
crazy,
plays.
bro.
To me, I first seen this and thought straight away, holy shit, that is the bullet. It matches the exit wound. It also matches the shirt puffing up and the angle of the entry and exit. I needed another angle just to see if this was actually fact, trying to get as much info as I could before I
Now,
posted
the flash is
anything.
gonna come right from
And
where
in that
green
video, you
circle's
can
at.
see the
Watch you
same,
hear the shot in
what
the
appears to
flash
be the
from the
bullet
gun.
coming down, and it does line up with the actual gunshot itself.
You're not counting gang violence. Great.
So again, I needed another angle. I found this video, and this one's a little bit harder to see, but you can see something go down into the back right-hand side of Charlie. So
I'm sorry, but that young 22-year-old college student, fresh out of going to college, he didn't have the whereabouts to know where where Charlie was going to sit at, and that shot being taken from. He didn't have that knowledge, man. That has to come from somebody that was trained professional, and I'm talking about military trained, uh agent. You know what I mean, agent trained person had to take that shot, because you got to think about, they knew where he was going to be sitting at. They knew what angle they was going to have to shoot from in order to hit their target, and they only had one shot to do it. So, being as though where that shot came from, they saying Charlie Kirk had a thorough security team that knew how to check for blind spots and all that, right? So, mind you, where that shot came from that we see, that's a blind spot that will be hard for them to even pick up, because it came from a window. And like you said, them snipers, like you said earlier, them snipers know how to shoot from inside the building. Same thing with the JFK book suppository shooting. If it's from inside the building, it's going to be hard to even catch a blind spot like that, even if you're doing a thorough check around the parameters. How would this young 22-year-old fresh in college know how to pull something off like this? I don't believe they got the right guy, and that person that they claim they have got could be either a decoy, or he's just the person that they chose to pick to basically take the fall for it. Because I don't believe it, bro.
When
I
this
don't know.
government hits like that,
Yeah,
they always get away with it because they always have the fall guy and they always have multiple shooters. You know what I'm
multiple
saying?
shooters.
Yeah, just in case one don't work out, they got the other one in place. And
Facts.
it's usually it be them and their own security team be selling them out.
Right.
Sometimes
Now,
it, you know what I mean, a lot of that's how it is. That's how you think they got the JFK. You know how hard
yeah,
it is to be able to take
yeah,
out a president, bro, as a sniper
right.
with all the security
All
detail.
that, yeah, facts. All the
Security
time,
detail have to be in on it.
yeah, the Secret Service and all that, yeah. And most of them is military training and all that, so they know how to check for the blind spots. But this video here, that flash definitely came from that window, from that screen. I'm gonna play it one more time before we move on to these fake ass text messages that supposedly came from, the supposed shooter and his companion.
keep your
One
eye
more
on this
one more
space
time,
here where
bro.
the red circle is as the next clip plays. To me, I first seen this and thought straight away, holy shit, that is the bullet. It matches the exit wound. It also matches the shirt puffing up and the angle of the entry and exit. I needed another angle just to see if this was actually fact, trying to get as much info as I could before I posted anything. And in that video, you can see the same, what appears to be the bullet coming down, and it does line up with the actual gunshot
That green
itself.
So
watch.
you're not counting gang violence. Great.
So again, I needed another angle. I found this video, and
Yeah, bro, you clearly see the flash. Like this not even a doctored video and anything or edited video. This is straight raw footage. That flash came from the window because it matches up with the shot. So let me move on to these text messages, bro, because these text messages, they seem kind of chat GPT-ish or some type of ain't no way in the world these text messages this conversation went on after that some shit like that happened. So let's go ahead and get into these let's get into these text messages, man. All right, so these supposed to be the text messages between this Tyler Robinson guy and the trans person he's supposed to have dating at the time or whatever, right? So this is him supposedly texting right after the incident happened. So this is Robinson saying, drop what you are doing and look under my keyboard." And the reply, "What? You're joking, right? I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer. Yet, shouldn't be long until I can come home. But I gotta grab the rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this a secret till I died old age. I am sorry to involve you." Now, who the talks like that? I can't wait. I wanted to keep this until I die of old age. What is this? Some type of fairy tale shit? Like, who the hell talks like this at a time when you just assassinated somebody? All right, so the roommate says you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson says, "I am, and I'm sorry. I thought they caught the person." That's what the roommate said. All right, Robinson said, "No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from the dropping point. From the drop point. All right, so if he's grabbing the rifle from the drop point, then that would make somebody else involved with it, wouldn't it? Because why would he need to go to the drop point to grab the gun? He would have. It makes no sense, bro. It doesn't add up. I'm sorry, it doesn't. And he says, drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out. But there's one vehicle lingering. And the roommate says, "Why?" He answers, "Why did I do it?" The roommate says, "Yeah." Like, who the fuck asks, why would you, like, it's just, yo, the text messages seem very, 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 very chat GPT-ish, man. I'm gonna be honest. What he say? "I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully, they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding out." Right. This, right. I mean, right. Facts, vehicle. Right. I mean, facts. Like, he
I
referred
tell
to
you
his
one
car
thing,
as a vehicle.
an emotional 22-year-old that's getting tired of somebody hate speech ain't gonna be able to pull off a professional sniper hit.
No.
Think about it. A 22-year-old with no military training pulling off a professional hit off because he hate what somebody said, because he felt
Right.
like something was hate speech. Yeah, you just think about a 22-year-old who will be emotional about somebody's hate speech.
They'll run up.
Like they gonna be focused enough to and be calculated enough to be able to pull off a military style sniper hit.
Facts.
Like let's just put this into perspective. That don't even
Knowing,
make any sense.
knowing where Kirk was going to be sitting at, actually calculated the shot that he was going to be able to hit his target.
An
Now,
emotional 22-year-old,
emotional 22-year-old that's in college.
no
I,
military training or nothing.
come on, bro.
That don't even make any sense. Now, anybody in here that's in the military, You know, it takes some type of discipline to be able to do these types of hits and some type of calculation to be an emotional 22-year-old in college. If he really was upset about somebody doing a hate speech to the point he would actually unalive them, he would probably run up on them with a
He
handgun,
would run up on him with the handgun or knife or something and catch him
something
off
like
guard.
that.
They're
Right,
not going to calculate no assassination, bro.
right.
Emotional 22-year-old that's tired of a hate speech is not going to, from college, remind you, no military training, no nothing, is going to calculate where Kirk was going to be sitting at and knew exactly where to hit him from. No, bro, no way in the world. No. I don't care how many deer his parents took in the woods to shoot.
Somebody in the chat said the kid's father was a sheriff. So
What do that got to do with it?
what that have to do with anything?
We're talking about
So
assassinating somebody from over 200 and something yards away with thousands and thousands of people out there.
yeah, and it ain't the same as shoot. Like it ain't, even if he was skilled at hunting animals and hunting humans ain't the same. It takes a type of emotional. It takes a mindset to be able to just to snipe a human like that.
Facts.
Calculate it.
Calculated. Knowing
Come
where
on,
that person
man,
is going to be sitting at,
and
knowing
be
where,
able to get through security
right,
detail.
and be able to get through
Get
security
out
and
of here,
everything.
man. If
Right.
anybody believe that, you have brain dead.
I
You
mean,
have to be brain dead.
and look, the roommate asked, how long have you been planning this? Who the hell asks that type of question in the midst of their roommate just shooting somebody? Why would you ask questions of how long have you been planning this? That don't make sense. This shit don't make sense and it's not adding up. I'm sorry, y'all.
How long have you been planning this?
Yeah, like who the asked that? Who the
Is
ex
that
would
the
ask,
chat GPT part you was talking about?
bro? This shit is chat GPT ish, man.
Is chat
It's
GPT wrote the
easy to
whole
fake.
script,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, it's easy to fake text messages these days. Chat GPT could create a whole text message conversation for you in a matter of seconds. This dude's supposed to say a bit over a week, I believe. So you mean to tell me it took him a week to actually plan this out? A week? Really?
To
Bro,
able
these
to
tech
figure out security detail to
right.
even get in position to be able to snipe somebody. So he's smarter. So you mean to tell me a 22-year-old from college, no military training, nothing, no type of background like that, is able to outsmart security detail who probably have military training or some type of law enforcement training and actually know how to secure perimeters when it comes to looking out for snipers and other type harm.
Yeah,
So a
somebody just made a
22-year-old
point.
college student was able to get through that.
Somebody just made a point. They said 169 yards. That's 493 feet. So you mean to tell me he was that's a marksman? Yeah, you mean to tell me that 22-year-old was a marksman basically? That's what y'all saying for y'all that believe he's the real shooter. Y'all basically saying this guy is like no military training, no anything. He hit his target right did on track. So y'all just ruling out the fact that um with the rifle he supposedly had used, shitty scope and everything. Like some
I don't think a 22-year-old college student would throw his life away just because he didn't like
a
his hate
hate
speech.
speech, right?
Come on, man.
And not
So you mean
only
to tell
that,
me a kid that had his whole life ahead of him is going to throw it
just
away?
just accepted a
Because
$38,000 scholarship at that to go to the university. So he just threw away his whole $37,000 scholarship. Like we clearly pulled up the parents, his parents' Facebook and everything before they deleted it. He was happy, just graduated. I mean, he did a video with his mama, happy that to open the letter and found out that he was accepted into the university on a 30 something thousand, $37,000 scholarship. So he goes from that to assassinating Charlie Kirk. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. Like we
somebody
said,
say
Charlie Kirk was
Utah,
talking too
he's
much.
probably a hunter.
Man,
It ain't the
Charlie Kirk was
same.
talking too much about Israel, and y'all know the rest of the story. And when they actually the ones that's paying you, and you're talking out against them, what you think is going to happen? You're going against the very people that's feeding you. Then you get a call telling you to stop talking about Israel, Mossad, and all these things, and you turn down money. You actually meet up with the people. You turn down money. That's automatic target on you if you turning down money. That's like an offer. They basically making you take an offer you can't refuse. Not only that, you turned your back. You basically saying you turning your back on them by not taking the money and not shutting up. So what you think's gonna happen? Now you gotta realize they was grooming this man to be president. You even heard Trump saying, "Yeah, you're gonna be president." He could have been president one day, and yeah, I mean, he had people around him, very important people, that was telling him that he could become president one day. So you think they wasn't grooming him for that? But you gotta realize our administration, both sides, left and right, is in line with Israel. So if you talking out against them, what you think's gonna happen? So you mean to tell me an angry 22-year-old decided to assassinate Charlie Kirk based off the fact he didn't agree with his views? It's a lot of people that didn't agree with his views. They could have been did that. You know how long he been out here with the same rhetoric that he was paid to come out here and talk anyway? Them talking points that he was paid to say anyway. How long he been speaking like that? How long he been debating people, going around the country debating people with the same rhetoric? Somebody could have been did all that. But then he started changing his tune and started talking about Israel and the genocide that's happening and the Mossad and Epstein list and people that could be involved with the Epstein sex trafficking shit. Like he started talking about that and his voice started getting larger and larger. So
Yeah,
they like,
that's
all
kind
right
of
then. Yeah, like come on, y'all.
yeah. So that
Come on,
compared
y'all.
to just
Come on, man.
a 22-year-old emotional college kid that don't like his hate speech,
Come
compared
on,
to
man.
Israel basically coming after him because he turned down money and he started talking about the genocide going over there with a big following. Who's likely to actually pull off a professional hit? 22-year-old emotional college kid because he hated a couple things that Charlie Kirk said, or Israel because Charlie Kirk turned down their money and wanted to keep talking about the genocide going on over there. Who's most likely to actually have done it? Let's just be real.
Come on now. It makes no sense. All right, so let's finish reading these chat GPT text messages that suppose Robinson had.
GPT text messages.
All right, so his roommate asked him, "How long have you been planning this?" He said, "A bit over a week, I believe." You believe? A bit over a week, you believe? I can get close to it, but there's a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept the spot, but I don't want to chance it. He said, "I'm wishing I had a circle. I wish I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle." So you mean to tell me he got to his vehicle? First of all, he's referring to his car as a vehicle. 22-year-old, emotional 22-year-old that couldn't stand was basically saying Charlie Kirk hate speech. And he's texting. You mean to tell me he's texting his roommate all of this after it happened? It makes no sense, bro. This stuff it doesn't make no sense. All right, he said, "I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back grandpa's rifle." Who the bro, bro, bro? Who talks like that? Oh, so you gonna go assassinate somebody but with your grandpa's weapon? You assassinate somebody, a high profile person with grandpa's weapon, and then say, "I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back grandpa's weapon." Come on, bro. Come on now. This y'all know these text messages is fake as hell. They skeptical as hell. And he said, what he say? If it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about the prints I had to leave in the bush where I changed my outfit. Yeah, so they saying he changed it. He took the shot. He changed it. He changed his clothes. He used the screwdriver to disassemble the gun. So you got, mind you, he did all this on the roof. Changed his clothes, disassembled, used the screwdriver, disassembled the gun, put it, supposedly had stuff it in the backpack, ran off the roof, jumped down, ran to the woods, reassembled the gun, and basically stuck it in the woods. Who, bro? That shit don't add up. It don't add up, bro. And then he put his clothes back on, bro. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't. Like, come on, man. Y'all much. Trust me, y'all gotta be much smarter than that to believe that shit. Y'all gotta be much smarter than that to believe that. What he say? I'm worrying about the prints I had to leave it in the bush where I changed my outfits. Didn't have the ability in time to bring it with me. He said I might have abandoned it and hope they don't find the prints. He said how I will explain losing it to my old man. Only thing I left was a rifle wrapped in a towel. Bro, these text messages it's not adding up. He said, delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released the photos of the rifle, and it's very unique. He's calling me right now. I'm not answering. Since Trump going to the office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. It doesn't make sense because they saying these his people supposed to be Republican or whatever. Even though that shit doesn't matter. But for like who talks like this after assassinating somebody? It shit doesn't make sense. And then they
No
already locked.
emotional 22-year-old did
Nah,
no sniper hit like that. Emotional 22-year-old would try to run up on him with a handgun, not actually plan out a hit to where he's actually
a professional hit.
outsmarting his security team. What makes it professional is not the yardage of the shot, y'all. It's the fact that he outsmarted his security team.
Right.
Emotional 22-year-old outsmarted Charlie's security team.
Basically. Yeah. He said I'm going to turn myself in willingly. He said one of my neighbors here is the deputy for the sheriff.
How is this? I don't like what he just said. That's hate speech. Let me go plan out a whole sniper mission. Come on, man. Get the hell out of here. Like, come on. Like, let's just be
A
real.
whole,
What
whole sniper.
22-year-old college student is doing this?
He said a whole sniper mission.
A whole damn sniper mission. Oh, he's a hunt. Oh, his father took him to hunt. Man, shooting deer is a lot easier than shooting humans, especially through a security team who already
Right.
swept the parameter. What are y'all talking about? That's not an impressive shot. Any sniper that's able to get in position through a security team who actually specialize in that is professional. No matter what yard of the shot it was, who cares about that? They said he assembled and reassembled the gun and all this type shit, run it
Yeah.
into the woods and all that. That's not impressive. A 22-year-old college student, emotional 22-year-old college student, basically outsmarting a professional security team who actually swiped the perimeter for snipers. He got through that. That's not impressive.
That's crazy.
I want
All I'm
all these
saying is
people
our government
all
be
these
lying
people in the
to us.
chat that went hunting because you shot a deer. So you think you would be able to pull off what that 22-year-old did, even though it's a professional security team out there? Get the hell out of here! Y'all think sniping deer is the same as sniping a human who got security detail? So you mean to tell me the deer must got security detail then? I guess the deer out there, I guess it's hard, you know what I'm saying? If it's the same level as sniping a deer, I guess the deer must got security detail that y'all get through.
That's crazy.
Sniping a
Yeah,
human with security detail is not the same as sniping a deer.
no, it's not the same.
What are
And,
y'all
and like,
talking
and then
about?
you gotta realize
Are y'all
that
slow?
that has to be contemplated where he's gonna be sitting at, where his security team gonna be planted
What?
at. Like that
I
has to be
I've
that has
done
to be
shots like that. I shot a deer at from that yard. What are you
nah,
talking about?
that has to be planned out professionally. Like knowing where Charlie Kirk's gonna sit at. That's not like a random, oh, he's gonna be here this day. I'm just going to show up and I'm going to assassinate him. It doesn't work that way. You have to scope out the parameters. You have to know where he's exactly going to be sitting at. You have to know exactly where his security team might be standing at. You have to know where you're going to be positioned at to even take the shot. And only got one shot to take. Bro, that's professional sniper shit, bro. That's not no regular punk little kid out of goddamn high school going into
These are
college.
agents. These
I'm
are
sorry.
agents in this. It's a lot of
I'm
agents in this
sorry.
chat.
Like I said, Charlie,
I realize
like
that
we
they like sending agents in when people talk about topics
yeah,
like
and it's
this.
probably a bunch. There's
They
probably a bunch of
detectives,
yeah, and
and
they
it'd be
said
a
yeah,
lot of agents that they
right.
send.
Like
I
like
realize
like we
that.
said, you start talking all that shit about Israel, and they was the very same people that was trying to groom him to become president, and he, I guess he gained a guilty conscience at some point because the genocide that's happening over there is becoming overwhelming. I mean, they just wiping out, they moving through there and wiping out every damn thing. So if you're a person with a guilty conscience and you're taking money from the very same people that's causing these things to happen in the world, then yeah, they're gonna like it's like biting the hand that feeds you. Yes. Like you biting the hand that feeds you, basically. Like, come on, man. Yeah, there'd be a lot of agents. Agents be coming through these chats. Be a lot of
Yeah, I know.
agents, a lot of people that support what's going on. A lot of,
Fact.
yeah,
Especially since some of our videos hit 100 and something thousand and all
yeah,
that
they
in the
right,
day. They
200,
see that they're like, what they
almost
talking about?
300K.
Right,
Yeah,
100 something thousand. Yep,
one
almost 300.
1.3 million
They
views in a
see
couple
that they be
days.
like, oh,
Yeah,
we can't let this type of information spread. So they
right.
send agents in and they talk all that
Bots,
shit. Bots, yeah, they do got the bots.
bots,
People gonna believe what they want at the end of the day,
and
but
they got yeah, they can't
nobody in their
understand.
right mind gonna believe in emotional 22 just because I hate what Charlie said. Let me get my sniper rifle and set up a whole
No, not
sniper
his.
mission.
Grandpa's, not his.
Oh yeah, let
Grandpa's
me go
like
get grandpa's sniper rifle. Yeah, that makes it sound even worse. Let me go get grandpa's sniper rifle.
they got grandpa's
Come
sniper
on,
rifle,
man. Get
bro.
out of here with that.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
Emotional 22-year-old college kid setting up a sniper. Come on, man.
A professional hit like that, bro. Hey, man, people like you said, people got a right to believe what they want to believe out
Yeah,
here.
let them believe. Let them. That's why the wicked is where they at. That's why the wicked is able to do what they do because he got a bunch of idiots out here who's paying attention to the wrong stuff. Ooh, everybody just want to sound smart rather than listening like shit don't sound right. You just want to sound smart. Everybody want to just sound smart all the damn time. You always want to sound smart.
And
The
it's
shit
listen,
don't add up. It don't
it don't
add up.
it's not adding up. And then they said he used Discord, and Discord like he didn't use our platform. So you got the FBI saying he used Discord. Discord like he didn't use our platform to say all
I
these
mean,
things.
they let them believe in the main. People want to believe in what the mainstream media says.
Right.
We've been
I
lied to
mean, we
for
we
years.
just right. We just so I mean, like we just so advanced with technology now that and we got the internet, and it's just not the same. They're still trying to move off the fact that they think they can get away with shit because they think people just really dumb. They so arrogant that they think people dumb and don't really know how to investigate shit on their own and put shit together, right? We didn't have the internet before, so it was really hard to do that. Now that we got the internet and information is flowing at a faster rate, we're able to catch on to all this shit. We're able to catch on to it. They can't. It's not easy for them to do cover ups these days like they used to because we didn't have the internet.
And what government has always been what government been truthful to their no government is truthful to their citizens. No
Nah,
government ever tells the citizens the truth. Ever.
no,
What
no,
government y'all ever known to tell citizens the truth?
right.
Like they always lie.
And the ones that do try to tell us the truth, they suffer this type of fate right here.
Right. Like y'all
Just think
like
about all the
let's just
truth.
put this into
Just think about all the
perspective.
truth tellers
Governments tell the
throughout
truth,
history.
y'all.
You might have people within the government that might come out as whistleblowers and tell the truth. Like we all heard JFK speech about secret societies and the federal, the Federal Reserve and all that. Like, I mean, he look at the fate he suffered. You know what I mean, like, come on now. All these different people that came along and tried to tell the truth, they got assassinated. Every last one of them. Every last one of them that tried to tell the truth got assassinated. I'm talking about people that got, big impact, big influence, big impact that can move millions of people. Malcolm X, the Martin Luther Kings, the Gandhis, the Fred Hamptons, all these people that got, impact and then try to tell the absolute truth, got taken out. Simple and plain. That and they can't nobody deny that shit. All you could do is just do your history.
And just look around. Look at all the corruption around us. Look
All right,
look at everything.
all right. Hey man, it is what it is, man. They take out all the truth tellers, man. We know that's what they do. They either political refugees in jail. Some of them been exiled. Some of them ran to other countries. Some of them, most of them ended up dead. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into this Candace Jones. Before we get into that, let's get into a quick commercial break. We're gonna break down this shit as well.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.
All right, this video is sponsored by nightandayherbals.com, where we sell nothing but natural products, natural hair care, skincare products, natural CBD, and things to detox your system with. So head over to nightandayherbals.com, check out our website. We sponsor our own videos because we don't like to be censored about the shit we talk about on our show. So we sponsor our own videos with our own products. So make sure y'all head over there and check us out. The link is in the description of this video. And the link is attached, attached to the chat as well. So let's go ahead and get into this Candace Owens video, man.
For us, guys,
Yeah, man,
where should we begin? I'll tell you this, something is not right. Something is not right. And I am going to need you, whoever it is that's listening to this podcast right now, to wake up. Because I am telling you, this is not a battle between left and right. We all thought that at some point. We believed that. You're my enemy. You're my enemy. It is not a battle between Russia, Ukraine. I don't care what your political issue of the day is. What is happening right now?
And that's the thing. They got us stuck on this left and right shit. Like left, it ain't no such thing as left and right. Ain't no such thing as that. They got y'all confused and fooled with that left and right shit. It's Coke and Pepsi. That's basically, the Coke and Pepsi challenge. I mean, that's how I look at that shit. It's no left and right, y'all. It's one plane with two wings on there. Two wings in the same plane. Let's get to
the world. And what just happened to my friend Charlie Kirk is a battle of sheer evil versus goodness. What do I have for you guys today? Okay, well, first and foremost, the indictment against Tyler Robinson was just released, and I have a lot of questions that I think need to be answered regarding his trans boyfriend, Lance Twiggs. Well, I just spoke to a family member who told me a lot about Lance Twiggs because the media is kind of presenting him as this do-gooder. You might be interested to know that his family has a different perspective. Also, Turning Point employees are contacting me, a lot of them, okay? And I am not liking what I am hearing from them about things that took place leading up to
Look at the
that
agent.
Hamptons event, some changes
Agent.
at the organization in the months leading up to that event, and what had been happening more broadly at the company over the last year. Speaking of which, Bill Ackman, you may have caught that he responded to me about the Hamptons with a lot of words to really say nothing at all. And I want to be clear, I am not done, okay? I'm coming for everybody. Charlie Kirk's death is really just a beginning. So welcome back.
All right, so that Bill Ackman
And I
guy.
have to say, I don't know if I'm the only one.
Hold on.
Let's start with some major updates regarding the Charlie Kirk case. First and foremost, what always stood out to us about this shooting was Decoy Boy, right? We're all on social media. We all watch the news. We have all, whether we wanted to or not, witnessed, thanks to social media and the news, a lot of shootings, whether it's gang related or otherwise. And I have to say, I don't know if I'm the only one, never in my entire life have I seen a situation when a shooting happens and then somebody completely unrelated to the shooting that just happened jumps up and down and says that they did it and gets arrested for saying that they did it, implying that they did it. Well, for whatever reason, George Zinn, who is a 71-year-old man, was moved to do that, right? Instantly. Charlie Kirk gets shot. Suddenly, the 71-year-old man jumps up and creates what is obviously some sort of a distraction. Okay, we have eyes, we can see that. That's not normal. He creates a distraction. So let's just take a look at this clip of him being arrested in the aftermath of the shooting. Well, now it's about to get even stranger because since he's been arrested, he's now facing charges of obstruction of justice because he didn't do it, right? Why would you do that? Why would you obstruct justice in this manner? And now, in addition to those charges, we learn that he's been harboring images of child abuse, okay? He has kiddie porn.
Yeah,
this is the headline. I can't make this up.
Yeah, we just reported on that the other day. Like, we was live, and then that breaking news came through. Yeah, they basically said, oh, it was into some type of, child CP and all that. So, I mean, what does he have to do with this case or whatever? I don't know. They arrested him and then let him go. So I don't know if it was meant for them to just use him as a distraction or whatever. But yeah, they arrested him, let him go, but then they spent the block on him and said they got him for some CP. So that made me think, like, well, all right, so was old head part of it? Was old head about to talk or say something because y'all spent the block and got him on some CP? That's crazy. You arrest the guy that said he did it. He said, yeah, I'm the shooter. Arrest me, shoot me. In the midst of them and all that, they arrest him, then they let him go, but then they spin the block and get him for CP. Y'all don't find that suspicious? That's suspicious.
For allegedly faking confession to Charlie Kirk's killing. George Zinn, accused of obstructing justice, was also booked in connection with images on his cell phone.
Right, he could be the real
related to child abuse, okay? So we learn from this article that after being arrested, the 71-year-old man for this second-degree felony, which is obstruction of justice, he was also, when the police had approached him, he was being weird about giving them his cell phone. Okay. So they took him into custody. They treated him for a medical condition. And then they start asking this guy questions about, what are you doing? Can we see your cell phone? And he's being really cagey about giving over his cell phone. They're like, okay, we're trying to get to the bottom of why you would stand up and scream, shoot me, immediately following the aftermath of this murder. Okay. And what they discover is that when asked by an officer, okay, after they figure out that he's not being cooperative, is that he has images. He has images of kiddie porn. There's no other way to say this, of related to child abuse on his cell phone. Now, what does that tell you about this guy? Okay. What does it tell you about George Zinn? What that signals to me about George Zinn is that I've read a lot about Jeffrey Epstein. I've read a lot about blackmail operations. The people they tend to go after are people who are into children. Full stop. Now, I'm not saying, I obviously, he's just been charged here. So I guess we have to say allegedly, but that's what's coming out now, that they found images on his.
All right, so let's pull up the first person that was interviewed. As soon as that situation happened, let's pull up this first dude that was interviewed. Let me pull this up real quick for y'all, real quick, because I felt like this was kind of strange too.
An actor agent was interviewed. Yeah. That's all they interview in the mainstream media.
Yeah, but you got people. Nah, they rushed him off the scene though. They rushed him off the scene. Like somebody came along and rushed him off the scene. So let me pull this up. All right. Let me share this. Let me know if y'all can hear this. So this is the dude that was interviewed, right? The first dude, one of the first people that was interviewed. Now, while he's talking, while they got the camera on him and he's talking, watch what happened as he's explaining what happened. Let me know if y'all can hear this too.
Okay. I was standing from probably the third row in the bottom. I saw it. I heard the shot.
We good?
Ring out. I looked to my left, and then I looked over to my right. I saw him slump over in his chair forward. He slumped over. He had blood coming from the left side of his neck down his shirt, and he slumped over and he was carried off. Get off me! Get off me!
Emotions are running high right now.
Why they rushed him off the scene? Why they rushed him and stopped him from explaining what was going on?
Okay. I was standing from probably the third row in the bottom. I saw hit. I heard the shot ring out. I looked to my left, and then I looked over to my right. I saw him slump over in his chair forward. He slumped over. He had blood coming from the left side of his neck down his shirt, and he slumped over and he was carried off. Get off me! Get off me!
Fucking agents, Frankie. There's a bunch of agents. The agents came and ran him off. They came and grabbed him up real quick. That's the agents that be blending in with everybody. They came and ran his ass right off the set. Yeah, I thought that was kind of suspicious that he was explaining what happened, and then these group of dudes just ran over and just, you know what I mean, ran him up off the from him explaining and shit. Yeah, that's crazy. So that's another person.
Maybe he didn't follow the script that they gave him.
Right.
He didn't. You gotta say certain things. You know what I mean, that they tell you to say, and that's only when it's stuff like this. Now it's like little local stuff that happen. You will have somebody on there for real. But when it comes to like national tragedies like this, yeah, they don't usually let nobody on there who ain't following the script, man.
Right. Cause I don't know. It's just a lot of shit be sounding. Y'all got hit him with the Umar.
You don't find that,
man.
You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
This shit just be all right. Let's get back into this, man.
Cell phone.
Let me know.
So
we
this
good on
guy
sound.
who is into this sort of thing, we also figure out that in the past he has given interviews related to September 11th and Al Qaeda. He is in Utah and he is obstructing justice. And he also happens to have this totally disgusting addiction of some description. I'm assuming it's an addiction, and that's what he's harboring. He's harboring child abuse images on his phone. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's my instinct immediately. I don't like this guy. That is suspect, okay? Something to watch. Now, in terms of this indictment, now that we can formally read the indictment, there's been a lot that's been said that I think a lot of the miscommunication is perhaps coming from Governor Cox. I think he, in and of himself, I probably should look into Governor Cox. I'm not sure why he said some things that are apparently untrue. Maybe he misspoke. I understand there's a lot of pressure when it comes to this investigation. But let's just take us through this indictment. I think it's important for us to go through it so that we can see the setup here of what took place on September 10th. Now, first, they provide basically an overview in this indictment. It's a probable cause statement. They tell us that basically After 33 hours, they really love saying it, 33 hours. I don't know why they keep signaling that to us. On September 11th, 2025, when
y'all know what the 33 represents. So, like, that's the Masonic numbers that they use: 33rd degree Mason, 33rd degree vertebrae, 33rd vertebrae, 33rd degree. Like, we know that's the Masonic numbers they like to use when doing their little rituals or whatever. But y'all know how it go. This information been around for years, so we already know. A lot of y'all probably already hit to the 33 and all that, so we ain't even got to go over that. So
Tyler James Robinson surrendered to police at Washington County Sheriff's Office. That was when it happened. They found DNA consistent with Robinson on the rifle trigger. After shooting Mr. Kirk, Robinson hid the gun. They're going to get into that. Discarded the clothing that he was wearing when he fired the rifle, and he told his lover/roommate to delete incriminating text messages and not to speak with police. And also, they will be charging him count 6 because children were present at the time of the shooting. Okay, now to get through this, we are told that the suspect, after this shooting took place, that there was a police officer who immediately looked upward and realized that he had heard the sign of a rifle, knew that it was obviously coming from the rooftops. They then began crawling through the footage to see what had happened. They tell us that this discovery led to an intensive review. Let me go actually back up to this paragraph. Police reviewed surveillance from the camera that was covering the roof and discovered that it recorded an individual that was dressed in dark clothing who had crossed the railing from the public walkway and dropped onto the roof at approximately 12:15 p.m. Now,
mind you, that this supposed shooter dude is not cooperating with the FBI at all. It's like he's stuck on mute. He's not cooperating. He's not telling them nothing. He don't even have real legal representation right now. Haven't been reported yet that he has legal representation. Now that Zoom court thing we seen, that lawyer clearly said he wasn't, this guy's official, legal representative. So he doesn't have no legal representation. He's not speaking to them. So you gotta kind of think he said all that shit in the text message, but he refused to cooperate with the FBI. That's some other questions you gotta ask, answer. That don't make no goddamn sense, man. But let's continue, man.
Just to very quickly, I'm going to just tell you, according to our timeline, we know that Charlie gets shot at 12:23 p.m. So they're now telling us that he was on that roof since 12:15 p.m. So he's setting up that shot, we can assume, for about 8 minutes. Okay. It goes on, although the individual moved out of the camera's view for a short time, the camera again captured the individual running across the roof and then low crawling to the area that the officer had recognized as where the suspected sniper had dropped into a prone shooting position. After a short time, which matches the known time of the shot, the individual arose and then ran across the roof.
All right. Oh, so if that's the case, then where's all that footage at? Where's the footage of him going up on the roof, him setting up, getting in position? Because they damn sure got the footage of him running off the roof. So you mean to tell me y'all don't have the footage of him going up there on the roof too? That's some other suspicious questions you gotta ask. Where's the footage of him going up on the roof? You got footage of everything else of him running off of there, supposedly running to the woods to stash the gun.
To the northeast. So,
and why the footage so damn grainy?
It's FBI always put out grainy. Yeah, they footage and pictures is always grainy.
Yeah, why is it always grainy?
Yeah,
that's
it's always grainy. Right.
Well, all these high tech HD cameras and phones and all this, they still putting out grainy pictures
and grainy videos.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing in here implies that he had, taken apart the shotgun. That just seems to be now removed from the narrative altogether. It goes on to read that this discovery led to an intensive review of UVU surveillance recordings to attempt to track and identify the suspect. Surveillance revealed the following: that at approximately 11:51 a.m., the suspect had entered campus from the north. He is wearing a black shirt with an American flag in its center, a dark baseball.
How was they able to spot him so goddamn fast? You mean to tell me all within 33 hours of all that footage and shit, they was able to spot this people of all these people going in and out of walking through the campus? They able to spot his ass that easy, that fast?
It
Yeah, I
is their
mean,
job to do that.
yeah.
They supposed to be good at their job. But then again, those pictures be grainy as hell. How they spot anybody? Those videos be grainy as hell.
And I think the initial pictures that they put out, you can barely, like, you can even barely see the face because it's all like, it's real
Yeah, you
grainy.
can barely see
Yeah,
anything.
you can barely see the person's face. Um, and because it's just too grainy, too
And the people
distorted.
and the one in the guy in the security footage and the guy that they say they captured ain't even the same person.
Ain't even the same person. Just like Luigi Mangione, the person they said was in the cab, the dude that was standing at the hotel, it didn't even match the frame of
It-
Luigi Mangione. It wasn't even the same frame. It wasn't.
oh man.
It wasn't. So you mean
I
to
mean,
tell
we
me?
know that the media lie, we know that the government lie.
All
And
right,
they don't tell the truth to us at all. So that's why millions of people be doing streams on how the government be lying and the stuff that they find out, because we know that's all the government and the media do is lie.
all right.
That's their track record. That's all they do is lie. They don't do nothing else.
Shit make no sense.
Cap, large sunglasses. Throughout the surveillance, the suspect keeps his head down and rarely raises his head enough to get a clear image of his face. As he proceeds across the campus, he is seen walking with an unusual gait. The suspect walks with very little bending in his right leg, consistent with a rifle being hidden in his pants. This unusual gait continues until the suspect is seen crossing the railing off the open walkway and onto the roof, where he leaves the camera's view.
Yo, this
Okay,
is
so the
some
first
straight
thing I'm going to
agents in
say
this
is
chat,
they've
man.
only
Oh
sent
yeah,
us
yeah, yeah.
screenshots, right? We've only seen a picture of him.
Yeah, we see y'all agents in the chat too. We know
Right.
y'all here. We know y'all agent
Hell
bots
yeah, they agents.
in here for the
Boxing,
conversion.
hell yeah.
That's why, because
You
this
see
truth. Y'all
them?
not
Them
going. Y'all
ignorant.
not gonna be able to stop this truth, man. The truth is gonna come out. Y'all can't. Y'all not. Y'all can't stop it. I don't care how many agent bots y'all send in here.
What
It's not
agency
gonna.
y'all niggas, some of y'all
Like, it's
work
not
for in
gonna
here?
stop us from speaking the truth,
The
regardless.
hell?
Like, the diversion ain't gonna work because we on the main stage and you in the chat, so it
And
ain't
you know
gonna
they
work.
agents because they love talking
Yeah.
about, they love when they love using trigger words.
All right.
It's certain trigger words that all agents use, and it's the ones that they program us with.
All right.
And that's all they in here using.
And they basically just signaling because they using certain keywords in the chat, so it could
Yeah.
basically tell them, yeah,
So it
this
could
live
bring
stream
all the
here,
other
yeah,
agents in.
yeah, this live stream right here telling the truth, y'all. It's like what you calling with the glasses on and they live and shit. We see one,
I
y'all. We
wonder how
got
much
one.
they
You know what
pay
I mean?
these internet
Matter of fact,
trolls and
I got the
agents.
wrong background on anyway. Let me go ahead and put that on real quick.
I
Y'all
wonder how
remember?
much these internet trolls, I wonder how much they get paid, or they just like send them gift cards
There
and
we
shit
go.
to like Applebee's and the Cheesecake
All right.
Factory or something. Like, what y'all get for being agents? Like, what do they pay y'all?
Remember when they live? When the agent spot, we got one, y'all. We got one that can see.
They give them gift cards to Home Depot and shit. Like, what do they pay y'all in?
We got one that can see.
Right. They give them gift cards to GameStop and shit like that. Like, what
Right.
what do y'all get?
Like, we gotta keep it going. We can't let them distract us though, cause we got
Nah,
something.
I
You know
think
what I
it's
mean?
funny though. Nah, they ain't
Yeah.
distracted because they part of the show.
I had to put
You gotta
Roddy
think
Piper in
about
the
it. They
back.
part, like the stuff that we're discussing. They're a part of it.
We got
Like
one that
they
can
they
see.
they exactly what we're talking about. Like they
Yeah,
proven even more that they agents.
yeah. Well, we just letting you know we see y'all agents. But let's
Coming
continue.
up the
Hell yeah, we
staircase.
see them. They
It
funny as
looks
hell.
All right, yeah. So that's what I wanted to get to too. Him coming up the staircase. Yeah, the fake ass picture of him supposedly going up the staircase to do the deed. He didn't have no rifle on him going up on that staircase though. So that's what I'm saying. The dude they said did it didn't have no rifle going up to the staircase to the roof. And he damn sure ain't had no rifle running off the roof. So who is this guy they got in captivity? Who is this guy they said did it?
Fall
This
Guy,
shit
like they
crazy,
always
bro.
use. I
Of him
mean, if they
coming
use
up
the
the
same
staircase.
playbook, it's not hard to figure out. They use the same. They use the same playbook.
It looked to me like both
That's
his
crazy.
legs were bending. I don't see why they don't just release.
There's no rifle, man. He doesn't have no rifle in them tight ass jeans, bro. He ain't got no right. There's no rifle in them tight ass jeans. This ain't the guy, man. I'm sorry. This guy here ain't the guy. I'm just be honest. This ain't the guy here, man. That's not him. The FBI, y'all lying to us, man. It's not the guy here, man. This is not the guy. No, I don't believe this is the guy. Just like I believe Mangione ain't the guy. I think these are the fall guys. Mangione ain't. I feel like I don't think Mangione did that shit. I'm gonna be honest. That's just my take on it. But let's
Why don't they
continue.
just release this fully so we can make sure
Yeah,
that
who
this is the
is this
same
motherfucker?
person that we
Right.
see walking across with a limp?
Hey, you gotta look. Who is this motherfucker right here? This ain't the guy. Who is this man? That grainy
That's
ass
supposed to be
foot.
the.
Look,
That's supposed to
ain't
be the
they?
22-year-old college
Oh,
student.
yeah. So the faces. Look, it's how convenient that the face is grainy. They get a picture of him with the hat over the face. You can't see the whole face, and then they got a side shot in the club.
That could be
Like
anybody.
that could be any goddamn body. I'm sorry, man. I don't believe it's the guy, man. I don't.
Right? That footage,
I'm
which was
sorry.
provided by TMZ. Also, you will notice that nowhere in this indictment as we go on are they going to mention which Governor Cox spoke about. Like, first, he came in a different outfit. Remember, Governor Cox said he was wearing the light shorts and maroon shirt. The implication here being that maybe he came to
That could be
scout
anybody walking
things, to
past there.
check things out. At first, this
Look, that could be anybody walking past there. That could be any
Look how
college.
terrible that looks.
Like, look
Like
at the
you.
great. This could be any college student walking past there, and they just say, "Yeah, this is the guy right here. Yeah, we seen him walking past in this clothing. Then he changed clothes on the roof. Then he walked past the same. He came the same direction in different. So do you mean to tell me he did the shooting and went the same goddamn direction he came from with different clothes on? And they really think we that dumb? They really think we that stupid?
This is what
That's
we
not the
supposed
guy,
to.
man.
This is what they want us to believe. This is facts right here. Just because the
Right.
mainstream media shows us this horrible looking video footage, that's supposed to be the facts. And if we don't believe in this, we're crazy. We're conspiracy theorists. If we
Nah,
don't believe,
man, bro, it's people saying they never been a conspiracy theorist in their life and they don't even believe this shit.
oh my gosh, man, this is
They don't even believe
insane.
this shit. And they ain't even
This
conspiracy
world is
theorists.
crazy.
is him, but then he comes back in the black outfit. This is
Hey,
missing from the indictment. And I'm
this is
wondering why.
crazy,
What is the
bro.
explanation for that? That would be a part of it if you were scouting the shooting. Now they're just like, let's jump into the guy that is wearing black, and we're not going to give you footage. We're going to tell you that this is him, and you can assume that he slowly walked up this staircase and was obscuring his face from view. Okay. Then it tells us that a camera later captures the suspect as he runs across the roof. He gets into the shooting position, and then immediately after the shot was fired, we know that he runs across carrying an item whose shape is consistent with a rifle. The suspect is then seen climbing down the roof. He appears to drop the item that he was carrying as he hits the ground in a controlled fall. He then picks up the item and runs toward the northeast end of the campus. It tells us that's how they then expand their crime scene investigation. They followed his escape path to the northeast end of the campus, where they believe the suspect left campus and entered.
There you go, right there. You see? Peter Parker looking ass nigga running across the roof. Yeah, that's supposed to be Peter Parker right there. It's
Yeah,
Peter
it might
Parker.
as well be
Peter
Peter
Parker
Parker.
did it. Peter Parker did it, y'all.
A
Might
wooded
as
He
well
did
area.
it.
be.
In that wooded area, investigators found a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a towel. So again, there was no disassembly. It's wrapped in a towel. Presumably, that's how he covered it while he was running. The rifle contained 1 spent round and 3 unspent rounds. This is consistent with the facts.
Man, this grainy ass footage, man. He ain't had no goddamn rifle, bro. You mean to tell me he ran off the roof with the rifle, hopped down like Peter Parker and shit, and ran with the rifle
Entered a wooded
to the woods and dumped it in the woods? No, my bad. He reassembled it and then left it in the woods. He had time to do all that shit.
area. In that wooded area, investigators found a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a towel. So again, there was no
That could have been anybody goddamn gun. That could have been anybody gun that was left there. Could have been somebody that left, you know what I mean? Left they shit there by accident or something. Like that could have been any goddamn thing. Or somebody could have planted there. Like, bro, I just don't believe these initial
Yeah,
stories that
there
come
you
out.
go. Somebody planted it there if
All
it was
right.
found.
Hold on. He
It
said in the
wasn't the
text.
shooter.
He said, well, he supposedly said in the chat GBT text messages that the drop spot. He mentioned the keyword drop spot in those messages. In those fake ass text messages. But let's continue,
Assembly.
y'all.
It's wrapped in a towel. Presumably, that's how he covered it while he was
Peter
running.
Park. Look at
The
Peter
rifle
Park.
contained 1 spent round and 3 unspent rounds. This is consistent with the facts officers observed at the time of and immediately after the shooting. There were no shell casings that were found on the roof, suggesting a bolt action
They found a
rather than an
screwdriver.
auto-loading weapon, and only a single round was fired. Okay. Then they tell us what was actually inscribed. And these are essentially memes. Hey, fascist, catch, says one on one cartridge. You've got
That's how you know it's
notices
definitely a
bold.
psyop.
So that's how you know it's a psyop because Mangione supposedly had wrote on the bullets. So he's writing on
all
this
of them
shit.
do it now.
Right,
The ones who
right.
shot up, the one who shot up the mosque, he was doing it. That was fake. That was a psyop. That's how you know they're behind it. The government, they do stuff like that. Inscribe the cartridges.
Right.
Come on, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, they're actually putting this information out to people like we still believe in Santa Claus.
Pretty much.
What's this on another cartridge? Oh, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow, Chow. On a third cartridge. And on the fourth cartridge, it reads, if you read this, you are gay, LMAO. Okay, they detailed that. The rifle, the ammunition rounds, and the towel were then sent for forensic processing, and that the DNA was consistent with Robinson that was found on the trigger and other parts of the rifle, the fired cartridge casing, and 2 of the 3 unfired cartridges and the towel. Okay, they were able to immediately locate the shooter. They were unable, to immediately locate the shooter. So that's when they published the photos of the shooter from their surveillance, and they asked for the public's help. Now we're going to get a little bit more of a narrative change, right? They tell us that as they continued their investigation on September 11th, Tyler James Robinson then walked in to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, and he is accompanied by his parents and a family friend to turn himself in. Okay. Now, again, he didn't confess yet, but he's here to turn himself in. Robinson's mother stated the following to police, that on September 11th, the day after the shooting, she saw the photo of the shooter in the news and thought that the shooter looked like her son. She then called her son and asked him where he was. He said he was at home sick and that he had also been homesick on yesterday, September 10th, when the shooting occurred. Robinson's mother expressed concern to her husband that the suspected shooter looked like Robinson. So she's calling her husband and she's going, hey, this kind of looks like our son. And then his father agrees that looks like their son.
So how he listen, man, that the pictures was so grainy. You don't know who the hell it was. That could have been any damn body. So you mean to tell me the mom and dad said that was their son? It kind of looks like their son. And then a dad agrees, yes, that's the son. Like, bro, this shit is just it's not adding up. I'm sorry. This shit is not adding up. It's not.
So Robinson's mother explained to the officers that over the last year or so, Robinson had become increasingly more political. He had started to lean more left. He was becoming more pro-gay and more trans-right oriented. That Robinson began to date his roommate, which is a biological male who was transitioning genders. We're going to get to him in a second. This resulted in several discussions with family members, but especially between Robinson and his father, who have very different political views. In one conversation before the shooting, Robinson mentioned that Charlie Kirk would be holding this event at UVU, which Robinson said was a stupid venue for the event. Robinson accused Kirk of spreading hate. Robinson's father reported that when his wife showed him that surveillance image of a suspected shooter in the news, he agreed that it looked like their son. He also believes that the rifle that the police had suspected the shooter had used matched a rifle that was given to his son as a gift. And as a result, he then contacts his son and asks him to send a photo of the rifle that was gifted to him. Robinson did not respond to that. However, Robinson's father spoke on the phone with Tyler at that moment, and Tyler implied that he planned to take his own life. Now, his parents were then able to convince him to.
We supposed to know that's the truth. How are we supposed to know that's the truth? First of all, you didn't even hear from the parents. Like when the name was leaked, I pulled both of their Facebooks up, the dad and the mom's Facebook. I go back, refresh the page. The mom didn't snatch the goddamn. They didn't snatch the mom page down. I go back to the dad page. His page got snatched down. And so how we know these people's actually telling the truth? I don't know. I don't know. It's not adding up. And I done looked at all the shit that done came out, and it's just not adding up. It's not.
To meet at their home, not to do that. And as they discussed the situation, Robinson implied is the word they use here, that he was the shooter, and stated that he could not go to jail and that he just wanted to end things. When asked why he did it, Robinson explained that there was too much evil and that this guy, Charlie Kirk, spreads too much hate. They talked about Robinson turning himself in, and they convinced.
I don't trust anybody that's refused to release the Epstein list. I don't trust them. I'm sorry. They refused to release the Epstein shit. And when they said they had the files and they refused to release them, I don't believe shit that come out of their out of their mouths. I don't believe anything. Nothing that comes from them, because they easily has the Epstein shit, but they refuse to release it. So which means they just covering up. They hiding the names on there. They covering up for the people that Epstein trafficked to. Simple and plain. Anyway, so
Robinson
they think we supposed to believe the shit that they putting out there about this 22-year-old college student that supposedly had did this.
and to speak with a family friend who happens to be a retired deputy sheriff. And at Robinson's father's request, the family friend met with Robinson and his parents, and they convinced Robinson to turn himself in. Okay. Again, he did not confess, but he turned himself in. And they then detail that they tell him, hey, look, also bring in any clothes that you used, because you don't want the police to then have to search the property of your parents. So anything that you use, you need to bring over. Okay. That doesn't exactly make sense because Robinson is living with his trans boyfriend, but that is apparently Robinson replies that at that moment that he had disposed of clothes in different area. So they're looking into that. Okay. Now we're getting to the roommate portion, which is very interesting to me. And I will tell you why. It's interesting to me because I obviously have had a lot of tips. I've had a lot of conversations with people that knew both of these individuals. When I say both, I'm referring to Tyler Robinson, who is being indicted, but also his boyfriend, who has not been indicted. And the conversation that I am having is that Tyler's classmates and the neighborhood are very shocked that Tyler would be, first and foremost, involved in this at all. So right away, they told me, no way this guy is wearing the same outfit from 33 hours ago, because he was very tidy. He sort of kept to himself, but he worked with his hands and he was kind of a good person. There were no signs here. Like this appears to them to be like, this is a very good family, and that there were certain narratives out there that didn't make sense to them. Like they could not compute them as it pertained to Tyler Robinson. Okay. And they're saying there's no way if like, they're not saying he couldn't have been involved. I very, very much want to be clear. I believe that Tyler Robinson was involved on the basis of this evidence, but rather that there's no way he could have acted alone, that this had to be a part of some wider plot. Okay. And when I'm speaking to people that are close to this situation, what they are shocked about is the fact that only Tyler could have been arrested, because it's a different perspective when it comes to Tyler's trans boyfriend. Okay. Tyler's trans boyfriend's name.
All right, so this is supposed to be the dude right here, Boy George looking at his head. But yeah, this is supposed to be the dude right here, the dude, the trans boyfriend. I mean, trans girl. I don't know what the hell. But yeah, this supposed to be the Lance guy right here, the Lance girl or whatever, right here. That he was the roommate that he was texting back and forth with in those chat GBT text messages. Yeah, this person here. Yeah.
Name is Lance Twiggs. And they are very shocked. In fact, the people that are intimately involved in the situation are saying, we thought he was definitely going to get charged because apparently, and again, I'm going to say this allegedly, he had been arrested or taken in on the same day. Now, the media narrative is that that guy was being really cooperative. He had nothing to do with anything. Okay, we're going to go through that. And again, I'm going to tell you what his family is saying. I'm referring now to Lance Twiggs. Let's get to what the indictment tells us about him. Police interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that he had received messages from Tyler Robinson about the shooting, and he provided those messages to police. And then it goes on, describing those messages. On September 10th, 2025, oh wait, they're not telling us the time. I don't like that. I hope that's just you forgot, but I need to know exactly when you're saying these messages were sent, okay? Because I need to fit them into my timeline, okay? Clearly, on the basis of what I'm about to read, these messages had to have gone out after Charlie Kirk was shot. If I'm using my context clues, my Blues clues to put things together, but they're not clear here. They just say on September 10th, 2025, no time given. The roommate received a text message from Robinson, which said, quote, drop what you are doing and look under my keyboard. The roommate, Lance, then looks under his keyboard and he finds a note that states, quote, I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it. The structure of that is weird. I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it. Okay. That's just structurally, that's not proper English. Okay. It's either I.
No, it's just that AI made a mistake. Those text messages is bullshit. That's what's going on. Text messages did not come from no goddamn Robinson dude. Nah, I don't believe it. Sorry.
Have, okay, or I had, past tense. Again, not clear. Police found a photograph of this note and the following text exchange then took place. After reading that note, the roommate texts Tyler and he says, what? You're joking, right? Robinson writes, I'm still okay, my love, but I am stuck in a REM for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. The roommate replies, you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson replies, I am. I'm sorry. The roommate replies, I thought they caught the person. Robinson replies, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude that interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle still lingering. The roommate says, why? Robinson says, why did I do it? The roommate says, yeah. Robinson says, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. The roommate says, how long have you been planning this? Robinson says, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, referring to the rifle, but there's a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson says, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. I don't know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hopefully they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man?
Y'all really believe them goddamn text messages, y'all? Y'all mean to tell me y'all really believe those text messages? That shit sound very, very like Paddington Bear storytelling as text. I'm okay, my love. But I gotta wait for the like who talks like that, bro? After assassination, who the fuck talks that calmly and cool after assassination? You know, is that anybody that does that is gonna be in emotional ass college students gonna be panicky as hell. You know what I mean? And after doing something like that, after taking someone's life, first of all, it's not easy to take someone's life. First of all, so you mean to tell me this guy took assassinated Charlie Kirk, took a life, and said all his cool shit in the text message, all this calm cool shit in the text message. Man, get the F out of here, bro. FBI, FBI, y'all full of shit, man. We ain't stupid. Y'all full of shit with that.
Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. What? You're worried about explaining losing the rifle to your father, not worried that you left the rifle and therefore it's obviously going to be found out. Like the only thing that you left was the murder weapon. This is weird. This chain is weird to me. It's weird to me that we don't know what.
That's right. Somebody said that even the wording just comical as hell. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He talking like his AI chat GPT and shit. That's how he was talking, basically.
Time. I don't know what he means. Where is he stuck here, guys? Do you have a clue here? I'm stuck in a REM for a little while longer. It shouldn't be long until I can come home. Is it a typo? I should have asked you guys. Okay, that's the town. Okay, that's the town. I'm stuck here for a little while longer. It shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. So is this happening during lockdown? He tells him to check under and to see. Oh, check under quickly and see. And I took care of it. And he's where? And now he's giving him an accounting of exactly what's taken place, which means if this is right after and they're still in lockdown, he's monitoring the situation? Because this is going to give us a timeline, whether they tell us when these messages happened or not. The fact that he already knows that they grabbed some crazy old dude and that they also interrogated someone in.
Somebody in the chat said, who wrote that? Cash Patel? Yeah, Patel probably wrote that shit himself. Hell yeah, Patel probably wrote that. Hell yeah.
Similar clothing. We're going to be able to go back and plot exactly when that happened, or at least when the public was informed, because this whole correspondence is very strange to me. It's very strange to me. He then is even more explicit, talk about trying to cover your tracks, but then explicitly texting everything to your lover. He says, the only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The effing messages are mostly a meme. If I see notices bulge on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks.
That all made up, bro.
I'm sorry, y'all. Them text messages made the hell up. Who the hell says that after they assassinate somebody?
Mind you, this is a 22-year-old college kid, so this is this sound like an older person. So kids don't even text like that.
Right. And no emojis, no nothing. Yo, it wasn't even no emojis in that goddamn text. Yo, you know y'all know the younger generation use emojis like hell, bro. It wasn't no emojis in that shit, bro. None. Not one emoji. You mean to tell me you texting back and forth and there's not one emoji?
Yeah, they don't text like that, fam.
All right, y'all. I'm sorry.
They don't even text in complete sentences.
No.
There's too many damn complete sentences on there for the
right.
Words are spelled out too much.
Right, nigga said vehicle. Right, nigga said vehicle and shit. Who the fuck 22-year-olds say vehicle?
Right.
That's some older niggas. Patel, come on now and just say you text that shit, bro. You caught red.
Yeah, kids, that younger generation don't text like that.
Cash Patel caught red-handed. We got you red-handed, Cash Patel. You got caught red-handed, bro. You know damn well you text that shit, nigga. Like, come on, bro. I said show you the text. Yeah, let me go back to the text real quick. Let me switch to the text and just show y'all. That shit don't look right, bro.
They effed up with that one, fam.
Yeah, they on some yo.
Yeah,
They,
kids don't text like that, man. And we all know that. We all know they don't text like that.
yo, yo, Cash Patel, you on some bullshit, bro. You know it's you.
Like them words were like completely spelled out. Like no,
Completely
like
spelled out.
22-year-old kids don't text with the words
All right,
spelled out like that. They don't text like that.
bro. It's not one emoji. Look,
That's
drop
how their
what your
parent. That's
look,
how their
look.
parents text. Not even his
Right.
parent. Not even his
Nah,
parents probably even text like that.
look, drop what you are doing. Look under my keyboard. What? You're joking, right? No emojis. Not yo. It's not one emoji in sight. Complete sentence. Look,
Yeah, that's really easy to convert to paperwork.
look at
That's
this
some
shit.
shit. That text. Yeah, that conversation is very easy to convert to paperwork.
You see
The
that?
feds did that shit, bro. Like
Come
they
on,
see
bro.
that. That's how corrupt they are. They think they're gonna get it. You know what? They do get away with it because we dumb for. It's our fault they get away with it because
Right.
we know it's bull crap.
Yeah.
We know it's bull crap. We know all the footage they've been showing us is bull crap. The story is bull crap. These text messages are bull crap.
Yeah. Shout out to Axel Garcia for the super sticker. Definitely appreciate it. We're gonna shout y'all out as y'all, drop super chats. Appreciate it. Yeah. Hold on. Somebody else sent one. Hold on. Oh damn, my bad. I had it up there. My bad. Oh shoot. All right. Yep. Shout out to the YouTube taser. It was the Jews simple. I mean, man, listen, man. Charlie Kirk was speaking a lot of stuff about Israel, man. He was
With a
speaking
big
a lot of
following
stuff
like that, they
with a
definitely put
big
a bullet
following.
in your neck.
Right, and you gotta realize his following transcend past just USA. He had
Fact.
following in all different other countries too. So you
Like you
gotta
said, he
realize
could have became president in the future.
he they was grooming him to become president. When you hear a president mentioned that you could become president one day, that tells you right there they grooming him to become president. But like they don't say that just to be saying it. Like, come on now. And they was funding him at one point in
Well,
time
that's the
too.
only reason why I said that because other than that, I didn't even know who he was before all this happened.
Me
So
either. Me either. I found out who he was after all this stuff happened, and I did my research, and I, you
facts,
know, looked him up and seen everything that was
right?
that he was speaking about. And I'm like, oh, he just sounded like one of them dudes that was paid to spew out rhetoric out here to keep the separatism
Facts,
going.
right?
I mean, because this channel ain't a left or right channel. We don't give a shit about no left or right. That's like we said, that's two wings on the same plane to us. And
Yeah, I don't give a shit about none of
it's one system. It's not no left and right. So when these people out here with these talking points are just paid, they basically just paid to keep the separatism going. Because
that.
the establishment, one thing establishment will hate is some good old boys linking up with some Black Panthers or some shit like that, or KKK linking up with another black. Like they just want total separatism. They scared of that type of uniting in this
Right.
country. They scared of that type shit.
That's
So
why they send agents in here since they know that we
mhm,
black men running the
mhm,
channel. They send
mhm,
agents in here talking racist stuff just to keep the division in the
yeah,
chat.
yeah, you got to keep the separatism going. Yeah.
But we're not left or right.
Mm-mm.
So y'all could just go to another chat with that because we're not
All
into
right.
that.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all see the text messages, man. Ain't no way in the world a 22-year-old wrote these text messages. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah, that don't make no sense. Scams. More
Scams.
scams.
Yep.
Scam.
This is
Government
Yep.
scams.
our
Yep.
guy. Oh, we're not done. Let's finish. That really sucks. He's got to leave it. And then he says, judging from today.
And then think about it. Only reason why we really viewing Candace Owens shit because she was close friends with Charlie Kirk, so she know a lot more about him than we. Because I don't know the guy. I never really followed the guy's work or none of that. And she was close friends with the guy, so that's the reason why we reviewing Candace Owens uh you know live streams and shit because she knows some behind the scenes shit with the Charlie Kirk guy and all that. So that's the only reason why we viewing Candace Owens and shit. So Y'all could double tap the screen like this video too.
I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine.
Yeah,
I think that was
Grandpa's
a $2,000 scope. And then he does a winky face. And then he tells him, delete this exchange. And then
Yeah,
Robinson says, my dad wants photos of the rifle. He says, Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. So his dad's calling him. Okay, well, the dad, this is interesting. When is this text chain taking place? Okay, because we just heard that, the dad, they figured it out the next day. They're making it sound like this all happened back to back. Is this happening over 2 days? Why not tell us this instantly so I can work it into my timeline? Okay, are these messages day one? And then what? They had no correspondence at all until he jumps right back in and says, my dad's calling me. Where were you when your dad called you? You guys live together. Why are you texting at all? Why didn't this kid immediately call? If they're in lockdown and he needs to go back and get his rifle, right? This kid could have, and I'm speaking about Lance, could have contacted immediately and said, I'm getting a confession right now.
Right, facts.
I don't like that we are not being told the exact timestamp of these messages because,
so
my timeline demands
it. So they didn't even give time. They didn't even give time when these text messages was being sent back and forth. That's right there alone is suspicious. You mean because texting back and forth, it keeps track of all that. It keeps every timestamp that you sending back and forth, the date, the time, and everything right there under each text message. So you mean to tell me? Let me go back and look at this shit real quick. I might be. You're right. I'm looking at the text message. There's no time and date under the text messages, so we don't know when this shit was typed out. Oh, y'all playing games in our face, man. Y'all playing games in our face.
Man, we already know them damn text messages ain't come from him, man. It's not even debatable. Nobody can deny that. Everybody knows no damn 22-year-old college student wrote that shit. Come on, man.
Right. Somebody said text back and forth is agent talk, right? That's two agents talking back and forth with each other.
So they can convert it right to their paper. It's easy for them to convert it to their paperwork.
All right, yeah, that's two agents texting each other back and forth. Like, come on, now.
To close loop on how this
AI
enters, again, not knowing when this happened, Robinson says, my dad wants photos of the rifle. He says, Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo, and it's very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. Robinson says, well, since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. Robinson says, I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors is here. He is a deputy for the sheriff. Robinson says, you are all I worry about, love. I'm much more worried. The roommate says, Lance says, I'm much more worried about you. Robinson says, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. How you guys feeling about that?
It's a lie. That's how I feel about that shit. It's a lie. That's two agents. Yeah. That's two AIs talking back and forth, or two agents. Either or. Two AIs or two agents. Either or. That's how I look at it. Shit fake.
Yeah. Mark is going to jump on and say something. Go ahead, Mark. Yeah, he's the guy that's always in my ear.
Not always. I just noticed that around some of these exchanges, there's ellipses above them.
You're breaking up a little bit. What'd you say?
Definitely a psyop, bro.
Around some of these exchanges.
Like, this is definitely a psyop. I mean, they took that man out under the orders of whoever had problem with him, and Candace already explained who had problems with this man. And they using our government and our mainstream media to cover it up.
Cover that shit up, right?
And our media is going to cooperate because, look, even on social media, you could barely talk about Jews or Israel. You get banned.
Right. Facts.
So the media definitely work with them to cover something up, and our government had definitely worked with them to cover something up because every administration sends them millions of dollars monthly.
Right.
And talk about how they support them. Every administration, Trump's administration, Biden's administration, Obama's administration, Bush administration, all them administrations back Israel 100%. I mean, sending loads of money over there, like loads of tax dollars. Like, we work hard over here We work hard over here. They take our money, our hard-earned money, and they send it all over there for what?
It's for Epstein's type sex trafficking rings.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you already
Our,
know.
our money's being used for wars. Our money's being used for sex trafficking rings. Our money's being used for it's just a lot of things to support these goddamn vaccines that's being made up. You know what I mean?
So this is easy.
Yeah,
This is easy to figure out.
right.
It's easy to figure out. Obviously, our government, particularly the feds, is covering up the police work side of things, and the media is covering up the flow of information that's being put out there about it. That's obvious. And you know they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. So why do we send them all that money over there? For what? Why we send so much money over there to Israel? What's the point of sending all that money over there? Where do that money go? What do it go towards?
Just name.
Like that, like, cause to tell you the truth, they squeezing us for tax dollars and all that shit, and it all goes over there. So shouldn't we know where our money is going? Like, we got problems here that we need to take care of financially. We going
Right.
broke. How the hell are we still sending money over there like that?
That's crazy, ain't it?
Like, that's a lot of fucking money. Like, it's millions of dollars a month. Like,
bro, our deficit
millions,
is like,
bro.
yeah, our deficit is 36, 37 trillion dollars, bro. And it's keep going up.
It's almost like they got us paying child support. Like, Americans are paying child
Child
support,
support to
and
Israel.
Israel's the goddamn child, and we paying millions of dollars a month for them.
This nigga said we
For
paying child
what?
support to Israel.
Yeah, we paying child support to Israel, that's somewhere in the millions a month,
Trillion.
monthly.
Well, they send
Millions
billions of dollars a
monthly.
year. Yeah, million. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
millions of
billion.
dollars monthly, which add up to billions a year,
Right.
which add up to trillions of dollars within a decade. So why are we sending them all this money?
I have no clue, bro.
So we sending them all this money. Of course, our government will cover up their crimes, because our government covers up their crimes. So if they sending Israel all that money, they gonna cover up Israel crimes too, and everybody else's that they send money to. Ukraine, they send millions over there too. How are we sending? That's another thing. How are we sending all these millions everywhere, but we're broke? How that don't even make sense. Our prices and shit is going up high as hell over here. Taxes is high as hell. Everything's high, and we still sending millions of dollars. Mind you, this is the money that you work for, Americans. This is the money that you work hard for. Y'all, and you got people out here complaining about American citizens getting welfare and all that. But y'all all right with them sending millions of dollars over there to fucking Israel and Ukraine monthly?
Kissing they wall.
I would rather see that money take care of Americans. I would rather see that money take care of broke Americans than take care of Israel and
that's
Ukraine.
Not gonna happen. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. They basically just outsource.
What the hell?
They basically just have us work hard like slaves and out. You know what I mean? Take the money and basically invest in all these other countries.
Yo, that is a hell of a lot of money, bro. Right. Millions of dollars a month. They got $1 million a month child support going over there to Israel, bro.
Yeah.
And they don't even tell us where the money go. They ain't even telling us what the money go towards.
Nah,
and then we watching Israel in action, and they just constantly bombing up Palestine, bombing up so are they using that money just to bomb Palestine?
Who knows?
And then live and keep funding people like Epstein and them. Like, what are they using all that money for? And we didn't, and the taxpayers who's actually that money belongs to the taxpayer. We didn't agree to none of this shit.
Yeah, they keeping the operation going. That's what it is. They keep us working, and they basically keep feeding the operation. Yeah. Yeah, they got the whole system.
So they didn't like Charlie Kirk talking like this.
Yeah, they ain't like, yeah. That's
they
what
ain't
it
like
is.
when he started talking like that.
Yeah,
that's
ask
when
the
they
question,
put a bullet
right?
in his neck.
Right.
Because you gotta ask these, and these is just asking a question. Like, where all this money going that's going over there? What's that money going to? Like, how come there's no
Epstein sex
oversight?
trafficking ring.
Because they watch every dollar that the American citizens spend. When you get audited by the government, they watch every dime that you spend. They was even talking about taxing people cash apps for sending $10 cash apps. If they want to know if you sent $10 to somebody on Cash App, but they able to send millions of dollars to Israel with no oversight.
Anything over 500, they want to tax through Cash App and shit like that. Yeah.
How is that even like? Why? That's what we should be talking about.
They squeezing America for every dime we had, but
respect to Charlie Kirk's family and you know his friends and his family and all that, but damn, we still here. Charlie ain't. We gotta still pay taxes to Israel. So I want to know what's the money going to?
Yeah,
that's
never
a lot
going
of fucking money,
but
bro.
The thing is
money.
about it. A lot of people just they keep us distracted away from thinking and having those type of thoughts and those type of critical questions. So they keep us wrapped up in shit like this. They keep us wrapped up in shit that people got us paying. They basically got us paying attention to the most low level shit that possible, the most dumbed down shit possible. So they could basically just keep running out the door with the millions, with them billions, with them trillions. It's bread and circuses, man. It's bread and circus.
And I don't agree with none of that shit that they doing over there. All that bombing and all that. I don't agree when I don't like when America does that shit to other countries, and I damn sure don't like Israel doing it with our money.
Yeah, they're trying to see what they're doing is trying to basically wipe out those areas so they can rebuild in those areas. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to expand and rebuild in those areas, bro. That's what they doing. And they trying to do the same shit here. They really want to kick off a civil war here. They really want that civil war to pop off here.
And when you bring this stuff up, people just shut up and pay your taxes.
But Trump is not bringing all his military presence into America on just because we know that they're going to create a lot more people, a lot more homeless people at that. I mean, you gotta think about how this shit is being set up. They're going to create a lot more homeless people out here. There's going to be a lot more people out here. It's going to be a lot more crime because people are going to lose out on everything. They know that. That's why he's bringing the military presence as well, and they know it's going to cause a civil war. When the last time we had a civil war on this soil? You know what I'm saying? So I believe.
Did somebody in the chat say we're all just nuts? We nuts because we want to know where all our tax dollars. We paying them millions of dollars a month.
You talking about an agent, bro? That's an Israel.
We paying them, but it's good to talk. Like it's good to address that because it just makes more sense to the people who's paying attention. How are we nuts and we just want to know where the millions of dollars a month that we send to Israel? We want to know what it goes to. Like if you were sending somebody $100, $200 a month, you want to know what the hell they using it for. But we're sending them millions of dollars a month. Why? How are we nuts? Because we want to, billions of dollars a year. So we don't have a right to know where our hard-earned tax dollars is going to over there.
And what is it
producing? We got a lot of shit over here we got to pay for.
And what is it producing?
A lot of stuff over here we got to pay for.
If you're giving them billions of dollars a year, then what is it producing? What is the return back on that?
Yeah, what's the ROI?
Why are we not getting a return back on that?
Yeah, where's our ROI?
If our tax dollars is going to them every month, billions of dollars every year, where's our return investment?
Where's our ROIs at?
But the thing is, I don't want none of that bloody ass money. Because we see the type of operations they're running anyway. Sex trafficking rings, slave labor.
Yeah, that's insane.
All types of different.
That's the real right there. F what everybody else is saying. Let's focus on that. And like I said, man, respect to Charlie's family and his friends and all that. It's a tragic loss, but we need to get back to this. Like, where's all that money that's going on over there? And his friends are saying that he got hit up because he was talking like this about Israel and all of them. So what's going on?
Right.
He start talking about Israel. Next thing you know, he got a bullet in his neck.
Right.
And we sending them millions of dollars. And we sending them millions of dollars a month.
And it's funny because Netanyahu confirmed that he was supposed to meet with the Charlie Kirk guy, and the dude turned the meeting down based off the fact the shit he was talking about. So yeah, that's the questions that need to be asked. I mean, where's the tax dollars going? What are we funding? We need some type of transparency going on. And who's on the goddamn Epstein list? Because those are the people that's running the industries that our money is going to every day. It's industries on that. It's people that's ahead of industries on that list. So people are like, who cares about the Epstein list? Nah, our tax dollars is funding this shit. We want to know every damn thing about it. Every single thing about it. You can't just turn a blind eye to the shit because they saying there's no list. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
What's up? Why ain't nobody going to jail for all this goddamn chemical poison that we intaking every damn day? You know what I mean? RFK, he really don't have the means to do any damn thing. He don't have the power to change things or anything. We know that. So that's the real question.
$millions a month.
That's the real questions. Okay, yeah, that
millions of dollars a month, bro. Billions a year. All them killings.
Right.
On the Gaza Strip, all them killings.
Right.
And I think our dollars is funding that.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that shit. I don't agree with any of that.
Facts.
I don't agree with what Israel been doing over there in Palestine. I don't agree with any of that. And if I don't agree, I don't agree with any of that shit. So why is our tax dollars going to a place that's committing that types of atrocities, and we giving them money? And every administration, that's why I say it don't matter no Republican or Democrat, because every administration backed that. Trump still sending millions over there. Biden sent millions over there. Obama sent millions over there. Bush sent millions over there. Clinton sent millions over there.
Reagan sent millions over there. That shit go back. It go back, bro. Yeah, it goes back. Cold War type shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree with funding mass genocide, y'all.
Yeah, we fund a lot of shit. This country
just like I didn't
shit that's going on outside this country.
I didn't agree with America invading Iraq and Afghanistan either. Because they ain't have shit to do with 9/11, and that was one of the reasons why we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan, because they claimed that they had
mass destruction.
And come to find out they ain't have shit to do with 9/11, and they ain't found no weapons of mass destruction, but we still invaded them. Well, our tax dollars, our soldiers, our troops, our young kids went over there, risked their lives for a lie.
Right.
I don't want no country like that to represent me. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Right.
That's disgusting.
Oh yeah, that's all I wanted to play real quick. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let me play this real quick.
In his own words, take a listen.
My contention here is that some in the pro-Israel camp are so knee-jerk about calling you anti-Semitic or getting deeply offended if you say anything that doesn't align with their narrative, that it undermines their own cause. And I have to tell you, I find it very irritating because I do feel like some of us have earned the right to have some credibility on the subject of Israel and don't want to be called those names when we have some mild pushback on some of the overreaches, whether it's whether they're winning or losing the propaganda war right now. And my contention is they've begun to lose it. And I realize it's propaganda coming at us from Hamas, but their numbers have turned here in America. They've turned, not so much with Republicans, a little bit with Republicans, but completely with the Democrat Party and with independents. They have shifted mightily from at least double digits highs to single digit lows now with when it comes to approval. And also with respect to, you and I speculated about this at the Turning Point event, whether the possibility of Jeffrey Epstein possibly being a Mossad agent or asset or affiliated with, that's been turned around on me too, to you must be anti-Semitic. What the hell? That's such bullshit. The same people who say you can criticize Israel, that's fine. We won't call you anti-Semitic if you criticize Israel. Now turn around immediately and say you're anti-Semitic for even raising that. I completely reject that. And I raise this as a pushback against my friends on that particular strain of the aisle to watch it, because you don't want to alienate people who are openly your friends by going nuts in your crackdowns on mild pushback on anything related to Israel. Now you take it.
I'm so glad you brought this up, and I would second that, Megan. I think I have a bulletproof resume showing my defense of Israel, both on campus, on social media, to great, let's just say mockery and scorn at times, because I believe it, right? I believe in the scriptural land rights given to Israel. I believe in fulfillment of prophecy. And again, I'm not a theologian, but I'm a Christian. My life was changed in Israel. The spiritual energy is so amazing there. I want them to win. I've said that repeatedly.
Same.
And however, Megan, you're hitting on something very potent and important. Now, let me first say, I don't want to judge an entire group, because there's been many people in the pro-Israel world that have been very sweet, very kind, very nuanced, very Charlie, you're with us. You don't have to agree all the time. However, and I will say this, the behavior by a lot, both privately and publicly, are pushing people like you and me away. Not like we're going to be pro-Hamas, like we're going to, but we're like, honestly, the way you are treating me is so repulsive. I have text messages, Megan, calling me an anti-Semite. I am learning biblical Hebrew and writing a book on the Shabbat. I honor the Shabbat, literally the Jewish Sabbath. I visit Israel and fight for it. And there's another article out in the Times of Israel today. I could read it on air. I was just reading before I got on. Charlie, what are you doing? What am I doing? I'm sorry. Let's just take a step back here.
I can tell you right now, from the energy that is coming out of him, the energy that's coming out of Megan, is where I was 2 years ago. Okay? I've been there. You can't even lie to, you can't even attempt to lie to me about what is pouring off of both of them. I was someone who spent my life, my political life, defending Israel. Didn't really mean anything to me. It seemed like a good, argument on its surface that we should support them. They're the only democracy in the Middle East. Okay, now I know that that's not even true. But who cares? I was just pro-America, and I wanted to focus on BLM and getting Black America better. And then that happened. I said one thing, and suddenly, whoa! It was like they just line up. It's like Agent Smith. Okay, it's like Agent Smith in the Matrix. How many can there be, all saying the same thing? And then they gaslight you. They make you think you're crazy because they're like, why don't you understand why what you did is really wrong? I remember this. I remember the tweet. I said, no person, nobody, no nation anywhere in the world has a right to commit genocide. And I was suddenly being flooded with messages from people, Dave Rubin. I remember this. I was like, what did you mean by that? And they're texting me, it's like, we can help you. You can help me what? I said something that made sense.
So basically, anybody that got a big audience start speaking out against them, they get a text message, basically even a threat, or telling them, what do you mean by what you said on your show today? We could talk about this. Or like it did with Nick Cannon. They shut his shit down for a little bit, had him reading all these Hebrew, these Jewish pamphlets and all the, shalom, all that shit they had Nick Cannon when they shot him down, the books and pamphlets and shit, they had him wipe this whole damn Facebook page on and put all this Israel shit up. Yeah, that's what they do. If you're a person that got a big influence and you say some shit about them, here they come texting you, calling you, we could talk about this. anything to get you to shut up, basically. It's just not. That's just not. And you see, if you don't shut up, look what you suffer the fate that Charlie Kirk faced. I mean, they gonna want to get you up out of here. MJ, like they got, I believe they got MJ up out of here. Yep. But yeah, man. Yo, we thank y'all for tuning in. Yo, subscribe to this channel. Make sure y'all support our website, nightandayherbals.com, where we sell nothing but natural herbal products. Head over there, check out our website, support the website. Y'all can share this video, like this video. Yeah, I mean, we just appreciate y'all for tuning in. We appreciate all the support as well. So
yeah, shout out to y'all who've been purchasing from the shop and all that. We definitely getting y'all orders out. Some of y'all should have already got y'all orders.
Yep, we appreciate all the support, all the love and support y'all been showing. You know what I mean? Because this is the truth channel. We ain't one of that left and right shit. We don't care nothing about that. We want to get to the real questions. Where's our tax dollars going? Who's on that goddamn Epstein list? What head of corporations and industries on that Epstein list? They need to get the poisons out of the goddamn food that we consuming every damn day. That's the questions, and that's the questions people need to be asking.
Right.
What is our government doing about the poison in the food? Because that's directly affecting us every day of our lives. The poison in the food is affecting us every day.
Food, water, and air.
Right. Like clean this shit up. Clean all this shit up.
Instead of sending all that goddamn money over there to Israel
use the money.
Ukraine.
Right. Use that money to clean all this shit up. That's what y'all can do. Stop using our tax dollars to go into all these, fund all these wars and all this stupid shit. Clean all this shit up in America. That's where our money need to be. Our tax dollars need to be going for all that y'all doing, man.
Get that goddamn fentanyl off the street too.
Yeah, get that fentanyl off the street. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Man, shout out to y'all, man. Definitely for the support, man.
Right.
For tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe to all of our platforms.
We Night and Day Network on all platforms.
Right.
Night and Day Network. Just look us up. Google us, look us up. You'll see everything pop up. But yeah, subscribe to this channel and shit. We're gonna catch y'all on the next stream. We gonna come back. Actually, we gonna spin the block and do something more attack on free speech with this whole Jimmy Kimmel shit. Because we seeing what they doing with this. We seeing what they doing with this. So we're gonna spin the block back on with y'all with this Jimmy Kimmel shit. Because it's deeper than Jimmy Kimmel. He's just a symbol. Yeah, I mean, so we're gonna get into that shit as well. But we're gonna definitely catch y'all on the next one, man. All right.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.